जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः.
The Gospel of the Holy Mother, Sri Sharada Devi. Reminiscences and conversations recorded by Swami Arupananda. Place Udbodhan, 9th February 1912. Girish Chandra Ghosh had given up his body on the previous night. Referring to him, I asked the Holy Mother, "Well, Mother, do those who give up their bodies in a state of unconsciousness attain to a higher spiritual state afterwards?" Mother, the thought that is uppermost in mind before one loses consciousness determines the course of one's soul after death. Disciple: Yes, that is true. A little after 6 o'clock in the evening, Girish Babu exclaimed, "Jai Ramakrishna, let's go," and then fell unconscious. Afterwards, he never regained his consciousness. A few minutes before, he had been constantly saying, "Let's go, let's go, hold me a little, my son," and so forth. I said to him, "Why do you only say, 'Let's go, let's go'? You had better repeat the name of Sri Ramakrishna, which will do you real good." I said that a couple of times, when Girish Babu replied, "Do I not know that?" I said to myself, "Oh, he is fully conscious within." Mother, he remained immersed in the thought that was in his mind when he became unconscious. They, referring to Sri Ramakrishna's disciples, all have come from him and will go back to the Master. They all have come from him, from his arms, feet, hair, and so forth. They are his limbs, his parts. Place Udbodhan, Mother's Room, 21st February 1912. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. The Holy Mother was seated on the floor near her couch. Swami Nirbhayananda, who had gone to Dwarka on pilgrimage, sent the mother some prasada from the shrine of Dattatreya in the Girnar hills. The mother asked, "Who was Dattatreya?" Disciple: "He, like Jadabharat and others, was a great sage, an Ishwar Koti." Mother: "Like some of the children of the Master?" Arupananda: "Well, how is it that some of the Ishwar Kotis among the Master's disciples are immersed in worldliness with their wives and children?" Mother: "Yes, they are rotting there. Purna was forced to marry. His relatives threatened him, saying, 'If you go to him,' referring to Sri Ramakrishna, 'we will smash his carriage with stones and brickbats when he comes to Kolkata.'" Disciple: "Well, they might have married. Nag Mahashay also married. But to have children and lead a worldly life?" Mother: "Perhaps they had some such desires. Let me tell you one thing. There is a great complexity in this creation. The Master does one thing through one man and another thing through another person. Oh, it is so inscrutable. But even a householder can be an Ishwar Koti. What is the harm? Arupananda. What a crowd of devotees the whole day. You could not get a moment's respite. Mother, day and night, I say to the Master, please lessen this rush. Let me have a little rest. But I hardly get it. It will be like this for the few more days I am in this body. The message of the Master has spread everywhere. Therefore, so many people come here. There was such a massive crowd at Bangalore. As soon as I got down from the train, there was an incessant shower of flowers all the way. The road became full of flowers. Such crowds used to visit the Master during his last days. I try to persuade people so earnestly, saying, have initiation from your family preceptor, that is Kula Guru. They expect something from you. I do not expect anything. But they will not leave me. They weep, and it moves my heart. Well, I am nearing the end. These few days I continue to live will be spent in this manner. Disciple. Oh no, mother. Why should you say that? You are well. You have no particular ailment. Why do you then want to leave this world? Never say that again. During those few days, the mother appeared very sad and indifferent about things. Gulab Ma was having an argument with someone downstairs. Hearing that, the mother asked, what is going on there? Arupananda. Gulab Ma is scolding somebody. Mother, it is not good to be so much talkative. One only invites misery for oneself by constantly dwelling on defects in others. Gulab has lost all sense of delicacy in her obsession about speaking the truth. I, for one, cannot bring myself to do that. An unpleasant truth should never be told. On another occasion too, Gulab Ma had told a very unpleasant truth to somebody. Mother had exclaimed, what is this, Gulab? How has your nature become like this? During the noontime, a hot-headed man had come to the Holy Mother and created a row. Referring to this, she said, the Master did not let anybody know of my existence. He protected me always with infinite care. Now the thing has gone to the other extreme. They are advertising me as if by beat of drum in a marketplace. M, referring to Master Mahashoy, is at the root of it all. People are beside themselves after reading the Kathamrita or the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Girish Babu enforced his demands on the Master and abused him. Now people are doing the same thing with me. Why should they always bother me about initiation? They are my children. Holy Mother referring to the direct disciples of the Master. Have they no power? Everyone is being sent here. I went so far as to tell people that they would be incurring great sin if they give up their family preceptors. But still they would not leave me alone. Arupananda. You initiate the devotee because you desire to do so. Mother. No, I do so out of compassion. They won't leave me. They weep. I feel compassion for them. Out of kindness, I give them initiation. Besides, what do I gain by it? When I initiate devotees, I have to accept their sins. Then I think, well, this body will die anyway. Let them realize the truth.
यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामतत्त्वदर्शिनी कृष्णे स्थिता हिया यथाग्निर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्या स्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम् शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्।